I'm not talking about something that is not in the will of God for you to have. And the challenge we have is the will of God. People have confusion. If it failed, it's not the will of God. I tell you, if you know how many things that are the will of God that are failed, the will of God can be missed. It can fail. If men don't arise to take their position in the plan of God for a season, the will of God can fail. The will of God, the purposes and the plans of God can fail. As far as men have not taken responsibility to get to know God, to understand the principles of the kingdom and engage them effectively, God's will can fail. From family to family, from territory to territory, from generation to generation, it is possible for the will of God to fail. Daniel understood by the writings of Jeremiah at a time that they were supposed to be in the captivity for 70 years. Meanwhile, it has passed 70 years and they still remain in captivity because a man had not taken responsibility of praying that prophecy into manifestation. The required sacrifices have not been in play, so God couldn't come. God's hand couldn't visit. Don't assume that if something didn't come to pass, it means that it wasn't the will of God. No, for me, I don't like to think that way and to act that way, because I have seen many things that was meant to be that failed. And when we investigated, we found out that it was a miss. So the will of God can be missed if men don't rise up to stand. We can end up the way that God doesn't want us to end up because we have neglected vital information. A lot of the time we are interested in things that excite us, like what